what else? It's made up. It's fiction. It's not real. What else do we know about folktales?
And it's not.
It is not in real life.
So it's made up.
It is not in real life.
It's not in real life. And Lou told us that if it's made up, that it's fiction, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But if it was
Who else
real,
can raise their hands and tell me something else that they might know about folk tales? Because if we can kind of talk about what we know about a folk tale, then it'll help us figure out what a pourquoi is. So we know that it's made up and it's fiction. What else do you know about folk tales?
folk tales some of them are in cartoons.
Oh, they could be cartoons. So we know that they don't have real people. Because can you take that out of your mouth? Cartoons don't have real people, do they? So we know that a folk tale might not have real people. What else can you have?
Stories.
They're stories, yep. So they're made up or they're fiction stories.
Monkeys.
Lou?
I think pourquoi means a little bit of non-fiction.
Non-fiction or fiction? Fiction. So,
The folk tale.
well, non-fiction is real, is real, is real. Non-fiction is real. It really happened. Haley, I'm going to ask you to go sit at a chair, and when you're ready to join us, you can join us. But right now, you're stealing everyone else's learning, and that's not fair. So we know that it's fake.
Folk tales can be like in stories like it's like something can happen, but it can't happen in real life. It
Yep,
just
so it's
happens.
made up, or it's fiction, or it's fake. Now, pop quiz. Everyone close your eyes. I told you what the word pourquoi means because it sounds exactly like the word porque in Spanish.
What does that mean?
If you can touch your, oh,
I wasn't here.
thank you those of you who are keeping your eyes closed. Touch your nose if you remember what pourquoi or porque means. Touch your nose if you remember. All right, eyes open. My friend right here, what does pourquoi or porque mean?
Porque is white Spanish, but pourquoi is in French. Like when French people make it a little bit weird.
Do you guys remember McDonald's cheer?
No.
I go da 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 da,
Yeah.
and you make an M with your hands, and you say, I'm loving it. Because he just answered it perfectly. Let's try it. Da 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 da, I'm loving it. Can you say that again, but nice and loud? You told me what pourquoi and porque means. Can you say that again, nice and loud?
Porque means that it means why. Spanish for pourquoi is a French word when French people speak it a little bit more weird.
Yep, so it just means why. Lou, what does pourquoi mean? You just said it. And you had your finger in your nose. You knew it. What does it mean?
It means why?
It means why. What does pourquoi mean? What does it mean? It means why. Pourquoi means why. So I can think in my head that this is going to be a fake story that's going to tell us why something happened. I do, once we get to it. But right now I have a friend playing with a chair. I have people who already can't join us on the carpet. So I would love to read our story, but I know when I taught first grade that my first graders could sit crisscross applesauce. So I think I just thought second graders could do the same thing. Thank you. So I want you to put your thinking caps on, and you're going to talk to a friend before I talk to you. And I want you to think about, we just played the game telephone. And you told me that I started off with I like apple pie, and at the end you said vanilla ice cream cone, right? What did you say? Vanilla ice cream cone. So if we know that the story kind of got mixed up a little bit throughout us talking about it, what do you think that means about a pourquoi folktale? Just think for 1 second, and then you're going to talk to a friend. I want you to think. You can put your hand down because everyone's going to get a chance to talk. If we know that telephone, our story got a little jumbled up, what can we say about a pourquoi folktale? All right, turn and talk to someone near you and tell them what you think. Cameron, why don't you join the group behind you? Cameron, come on. See if maybe your partner knows. Kiana, you have a friend behind you. What's your name, sweetheart? Kayla. Kayla. Kiana, can you talk to Kayla?
Why don't you say something, Arctell? Maybe that's how Echo.
All right. Five, four, three, two, one. You were talking. Now you're done. Eyes up here. I love how these two boys talked. And they said, we don't really know, but they talked about what they did know. And this group over here talked. And Rochelle, can you share loud and proud for all to hear what you said? As loud as you can. Because it was beautiful. It made my heart sing loud and proud.
I said that I think it's a story that ended different, that had kind of a sad ending and kind of happy ending. But I think it's a story that has different ending, but the middle is kind of the same, but the end is different.
Oh. I love what Rochelle said, and I recorded what she said. She said that it ended different than it started.
And I was going to say to our group in the beginning it's a happy story in the beginning, and then the problem comes in the middle when there's a problem, and then they solved it in the end, like the telephone we did.
Nice. You even added to that. I wasn't even there yet. Look at this conversation. So we had that it ended differently than it started, right? It was passed down. So just like I told Cameron, who told the person next to him, who told the person next to him, or my great-great-grandma told my grandma, who told my mom, who told me. People are telling the story, and it has a different ending than how it started, maybe. And then our group added that it has a problem and a solution. So I have an example of a pourquoi that we're going to read together. All right? Because we know it's a story. Lou told us that it's a made-up story, that it's fiction, it's not real. We know it has a problem and a solution. And we know that it might not be the same story that people told us years ago. It might be a little different. All right? You have a question?
I want to say, it says the same thing up there in title, study characters, problem solution, and the person.
Personification.
Personification.
I love that you're using the anchor
It says
charts.
the
We're
same
not
thing.
even there yet. So we are going to read a pourquoi together, and then we are going, and then we're going to code it, which you're going to help me do, and then we're going to fill out our note catchers. Ready? All right, can you turn your bodies to face over here? Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Kiani. Thank you, Rochelle. I forget your name already. Corey, I remember, but what's your name, sweetheart? Ayana, thank you. Haley, thank you. Kayla? Kayla, thank you. My story is called Why Bunnies Have Cottontails. Now, I'm going to tell you, I wrote this story. So I pretended to think of a story of why bunnies have cottontails. I don't really know. I just made it up. Yes, Lou.
Is this real?
What do you think? What did you tell me before? That it's made up. Do you think that this is a real story?
No.
Once I get to the end, I want you to tell me, because I thought it was pretty silly. So let's see what you think. I'll read it to you, but then I have copies for each of you so you can read it on your own after. The first time, I just want you to listen. Long ago, bunnies lived in fields but had no tails. One day, a bunny wanted to go on an adventure with his friends. They went to a cotton field. There's a cotton field. It's a field where they grow cotton, what they make your clothes out of. The balls of cotton were so soft And the bunnies were so tired from their long journey, so they decided to take a nap. When they woke up, they were covered in cotton. 2 sneaky owls followed the bunnies to the field. The owls swooped down to grab the bunnies to eat them, but they could only pick up the cotton. As the bunnies ran back to their home, the owls chased them, trying to eat them, but still could only grab cotton. The bunnies realized that if they kept a piece of cotton on their back, when they ran, the owls would try to grab them, but could only get their cotton tails. Soon, all the bunnies put cotton, they picked it from here, on their backs to save them from the hungry owls. That is why bunnies have cotton tails.
I already read it before.
Lou, do you think that's real?
No.
Yeah.
I made that story up. I made up a story
I like it.
of
I
why
like it.
I think bunnies have little cotton tails.
I like it.
Thank you.
Wait,
So, we're going to read it one more time, but this time I'm going to give you a copy. You have the same pictures as up here. They're just a little smaller so you can see them. Do you have a question?
I was going to say,
Lou and Haley, can you help me pass these out?
I know this is not a real story, but could a cotton field be real?
Cotton fields are real? That's a great
Yeah.
question. Cotton
They
fields are real. That's exactly what they look like. That's a
Yeah, they
photograph. And bunnies are real. And owls do eat bunnies. But that is not really how bunnies got their tail.
Even they colored the clothes.
Yes, they could put dye in your clothes to make them color.
Yeah. And they put us so that it's
Yep.
Yes, please.
Oh, yes. And then if there's extra, you can just put them on the table over here, right on top of my computer.
All right.
So let's read this all together one time. You can read it in your head, you can read it out loud, but if you read it out loud, you have to follow along with me so we're all reading at the same time. Ready? Right? Perfect. All right, do you have a copy for you? Okay. Ready? Starting with our title. Why Bunnies Have Cotton Tails. By Anonymous. I didn't want my name on there. Long ago, bunnies lived in fields but had no tails. One day, a bunny wanted to go on an adventure with his friends. They went to a cotton field. The balls of cotton were so soft, and the bunnies were tired from their long journey. So they decided to take a nap. When they woke up, they were covered in cotton. 2 sneaky owls followed the bunnies to the field. The owls walked down to grab the bunnies to eat them, but they could only pick up cotton. As the bunnies ran back to their home, the owls chased them, trying to eat them, but could still only grab cotton. The bunnies realized that if they kept a piece of cotton on their back, when they ran, the owls would try to grab them, but would only get their cotton tail. Soon, all the bunnies put cotton on their backs to save them from hungry owls. That is why bunnies have cotton tails.
Didn't write this much.
So there
She typed.
we talked about some parts of a pourquoi tail, and Javier, told us that I gave you some examples up here. You are going to, when I say go, with a partner, see if you can find, because in our target we said the title, the characters, and the setting in our story. I'm going to show you how you're going to do it though. So, notice on my chart I have colors. What color is my title?
Like
Yellow. It's actually, I put it